Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Boost English Skill Podcast.
Your daily English boost.
It's really good to have you with us. I'm Luna.
And I'm John. I have to be honest, today was one of those days where I really needed to record this. It feels like the right topic at the right time.
It really does. Welcome, everyone. We're especially glad you're here today. We're talking about something very real, those days when you just can't find the energy to begin. Our episode title is Finding Motivation on Hard Days.
Yes, not the sunny, easy days, the cloudy, tired days. How do we keep going then?
We've marked this episode for English level B1. We'll use clear, natural sentences and simple, everyday storytelling.
And if you're a strong beginner at level A1 or A2, please don't worry. This is a wonderful chance to get used to how English sounds in a natural, slow conversation.
Just relax and listen. Let the words come to you. There's no need to understand everything. Think of it like listening to a friend's voice.
Exactly. Your ear is practicing, and that's the most important thing.
Before we begin, we'd be so grateful for your support. If our podcast helps you, please give us a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
It helps us more than you know, and it helps other learners find a supportive space.
So, finding motivation on hard days. John, describe a hard day for you in terms of motivation.
A hard day is when the alarm goes off, and instead of feeling ready, you just feel heavy. The idea of doing anything productive, even something you usually enjoy, feels like moving a mountain.
That feeling of weight, yes. And for our listeners, that could be the idea of opening an English textbook or even just listening to a podcast.
Right. On a good day, it's easy. On a hard day, even pressing play feels like a big effort.
So the first thing I think we should say is it's normal. Everyone has these days.
Absolutely. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you don't care about learning English. It just means you're human, having a human day.
Giving ourselves permission to have a hard day is the first step. Fighting it just adds more stress.
So, step 1, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, today is a hard day. That's okay.
That simple acknowledgement can take a little bit of the pressure off. You're not trying to be a superhero today.
You're just trying to be you on a hard day, and that is enough.
Now, after we acknowledge it, what's next? How do we find even a tiny bit of motivation?
I think we have to redefine motivation on a hard day. On a good day, motivation is a feeling. It's excitement, energy.
On a hard day, motivation can't be a feeling because the feeling isn't there.
Right, so on a hard day, motivation has to be a tiny action, the smallest possible action.
Give me an example.
Okay, your plan was to study English for 30 minutes. On a hard day, the new goal is not to study. The new goal is to open the textbook or to put your headphones next to your computer.
That's it? Just open it?
Just open it or just put the headphones there. That's the complete goal. If you do that, you have succeeded for the day.
That feels so small, almost silly.
It does feel silly, but it works. It creates movement. And often, once the book is open, you think, well, I might as well read one sentence.
But if you don't, that's okay too. You met your goal. You opened the book.
Exactly. You practiced the habit of starting, even if you didn't do the full activity. The muscle memory of starting is more important on a hard day than the study session itself.
That's a brilliant shift. Motivation as a tiny physical action, not a big feeling.
It is. It's turning motivation from something you wait for into something you do.
I love that. I'm curious, for our listeners, what does a hard day look like for your English learning? Is it a lack of time, or a lack of energy, or something else?
You can tell us in the comments if you like. Sometimes knowing others feel the same way makes the hard day feel less lonely.
We read every comment, and we've definitely had those days too.
Let's talk about another tool, the why tool. On a hard day, we often forget why we're doing this.
The big, beautiful reasons get covered by the clouds of tiredness.
So we need to reconnect with our why, but in a very simple way.
How?
Don't try to think of the big philosophical reason. Ask a simpler question. What is one good thing that English gives me?
And the answer can be very small. It lets me understand the words to my favorite song. Or, it helped me say thank you to a tourist once.
Yes, not English will get me a better job, something small and real and close to your heart.
Remembering that small good thing can create a tiny spark. A little, oh yeah, I like that feeling.
That tiny spark might be enough to do the tiny action, like opening the book.
So we have acknowledge the hard day, set a tiny action goal, remember a small why.
Now, what about the role of environment? On a hard day, our environment can make things harder or easier.
What do you mean?
If your English study space is messy or dark or uncomfortable, on a hard day, that's a huge barrier.
So a simple trick is to prepare your environment on a good day for your future hard day self.
Exactly. On a good day, you make it easy. You leave your favorite English book on the table. You have a playlist of easy English podcasts ready on your phone.
You set things up so that on a hard day, the tiny action is extremely easy. You don't have to search for anything. It's right there.
It's like leaving a glass of water by your bed at night. Your future tired self will thank you.
That's a beautiful act of self-kindness, preparing a kind path for your future self who might be struggling.
It is, and it works. Now another idea, the 5-minute friend.
The 5-minute friend? Tell me.
On a hard day, you don't have to motivate yourself alone. You can ask a friend for 5 minutes.
What do you mean?
You send a message to a friend or a language partner. You say, today is a hard day for motivation. Can we just chat in English for 5 minutes about anything easy?
You outsource the motivation for just 5 minutes. You let the other person carry the energy for a little bit.
Yes, and after 5 minutes of friendly chat, you often feel a little lighter. The connection itself is motivating.
And it's in English, so you've practiced, but it didn't feel like practice. It felt like friendship.
Exactly. This is the kind of real human English use that builds fluency in a natural way. It's not a textbook exercise.
It's connection, and connection is a powerful antidote to a hard day.
It really is. You know, just listening to this podcast is a form of connection. You're connecting with our voices, with our ideas.
That's so true. You're not alone in this. We're here with you, talking about the hard days together.
Let's talk about lowering standards. On a hard day, your usual standard is your enemy.
The voice that says, if I can't do my full 30-minute grammar study, it's not worth doing.
That voice is not helpful on a hard day. So we must lower the standard dramatically.
The new standard is anything counts.
Anything? Give me examples of anything.
Listening to one song in English while you stare at the wall. Reading one meme in English. Saying good morning to your pet in English.
I love the idea of saying good morning to a cat in English. Hello, Mr. Whiskers. How are you today?
See? That's English practice. It's silly, it's simple, and it counts. On a hard day, that is a complete victory.
That is so freeing. It removes the guilt. It turns a failure day into a something day.
And something days keep the chain connected. They keep you in contact with the language.
Which is the most important thing for long-term learning. Consistency of contact, not perfection of study sessions.
Exactly. Let's talk about the body. Sometimes motivation is a physical problem, not a mental one.
You mean we're just tired, hungry, or thirsty?
Yes, so the simplest way to find motivation might be to drink a glass of water, or eat a piece of fruit, or stand up and stretch for 2 minutes.
These are not English solutions. They are human solutions.
They are. We forget that our brain is part of our body. If the body is neglected, the brain won't corroborate.
So on a hard day, ask the basic question. Have I drunk water? Have I eaten? Have I moved?
Sometimes doing one of those things creates enough energy to do the tiny English action.
It's like putting fuel in a car. You can't expect the car to go if the tank is empty.
Right, so the motivation wasn't missing, the fuel was missing.
I love that. Now, what about the power of past you?
Past me? What do you mean?
On a hard day, you can think about past you, the you from last month or last year who worked hard.
And you can do it for them as a gift to them?
Not exactly. You can think, past me worked hard so that present me could have the skills I have now. Now I will do one tiny thing for future me.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're connecting yourself across time. You're not alone in this moment. You're part of a chain of effort.
Yes, you honor past you's effort by continuing, even just a little, and you are kind to future you by giving them a little more progress.
That's a very powerful mindset. It makes the effort feel meaningful, even on a hard day.
It does. Let's talk about another tactic, the switch tactic.
What's that?
When you can't motivate yourself to do your planned activity, you switch to a completely different type of English activity.
For example,
If you can't face grammar exercises, switch to watching a funny animal video in English. If you can't face writing, switch to singing along to a song.
you change the channel. You give your brain a different kind of task, but it's still English.
And it's usually something easier, more enjoyable. It gets you engaged without the resistance.
That's a great way to trick yourself into practice. The goal is engagement, not a specific type of study.
Exactly. And you know, this conversation we're having right now is a form of that. You're listening to English, but you're also thinking about your own life, your own struggles.
It's meaningful listening practice. It's not just random words.
It's real. And on a hard day, real human connection through language is the best kind of practice.
I think we need to mention rest again. Sometimes the most motivating thing you can do on a hard day is to rest completely.
To declare a holiday from English.
Yes, and do it without guilt. Say, today I rest. Tomorrow I will try again. That is a valid and important choice.
Because if you force yourself through a hard day with anger and resistance, you might create a negative feeling about English.
And that can make tomorrow a hard day too. So resting can be an investment in future motivation.
It's like letting the fields lie fallow so it can grow better crops next season.
That's a perfect comparison. So permission to rest is part of our toolkit for hard days.
We've covered a lot. Acknowledgement, tiny actions, small whys, preparing environment, the 5-minute friend, lowering standards, body fuel, the chain of selves, switching activities, and rest.
It's a full toolbox. You don't use all the tools. You just pick one that feels possible today.
That's the key. One tiny step, one tiny connection. That's enough.
I'm curious, what's one tiny thing that has worked for you on a hard day, John?
For me, it's often the switch tactic. If I can't write, I listen to a podcast I really love about a topic I enjoy. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like a treat.
That's a good one. For me, it's the tiny action. I tell myself I will just organize my vocabulary cards, not study them, just put them in order. And that simple physical task often leads me into studying them.
Both of those are so simple, and they work.
Listeners, we'd love to hear from you. What's one tiny tool you might try on your next hard day?
Or maybe you have your own method. Share it with us in the comments. Your idea might be the perfect tool for someone else.
We read every comment, and we are always inspired by your creativity and resilience.
Okay, I think we are coming to a gentle close. But before we finish, let's remember one thing.
What's that?
Hard days end. They always do. The sun sets, you sleep, and a new day comes. It might be a better day.
That's so important. This feeling is temporary. You're not stuck here forever.
So be gentle with yourself in this temporary hard time. Use a tiny tool, or use none and just rest. Both are okay.
If this conversation has helped you feel less alone on a hard day, we'd be so grateful if you could help us continue.
Please give us a like,
Subscribe to the Boost English Skill podcast and share it with someone who might need this message today.
Your support lets us keep making these conversations, and we are so thankful for you.
We'd love to be part of your support system. Let us know how you're doing in the comments on hard days and on good days.
From both of us, thank you for your time and your courage. Learning a language is a brave thing to do, especially on the hard days.
You are stronger than you feel, and even your smallest effort matters.
We are so proud of you. We'll be back soon with another cozy chat.
Until then, be kind to yourself. Take one tiny step or take a rest. You're doing great.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.